William. Okay, so here is a harness that we have in stock, and yeah, so it is a 3UZ. It is a first generation, so 5-speed system. Okay, it's in automatic configuration, and we'll give her a quick test run, and then I'll go through everything. Excuse this wire, that's just a bridge wire because our main starter's different connector, so it's basically just a bridge wire for the starter solenoid. But yeah, let's quickly give her a run. Yeah. Okay, we'll run her again in a moment, but I just want to go through it here with you. So this has a performance tune on the ECU. So as you can see, the ECU has been basically an OEM ECU, and it's been reflashed. So evap, secondary O2 sensors have been removed from the program, and then it's got a performance tune that has been applied to it. Okay, that's going to increase or improve the throttle response, okay, and give you about, depends on the condition of your engine, between 8 and 13% more performance, okay, over and above the actual throttle response. So it's really cool. Yeah, so the whole harness has been wrapped, as you can see. You have three client plugs after we've completed this. This is again like an automatic configuration. Okay, so you have this one over here, which is supplied with a patch harness. Okay, so that's about 5 feet long, and that goes down and it splits off, and it goes to your OBD2 connector that you can install in your dashboard. And then it's got the secondary split off over here that goes to your accelerator pedal. So there's no wiring that is required there on your side. Okay, this 10-pin connector over here is your main engine client plug. Okay, so you got your ignition, start, fuel, you got your rev counter, temperature gauge, oil light, charge light, engine light, and your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. This one has actually got RFC in there as well, which is going to be for your your variable. It's for your fan control, basically, on the OEM management. Personally, I wouldn't use that. I would rather put in a thermo switch that you can actually choose your on and off temperatures. Okay, and then this last one here has to do with all your transmissions. So you've got your park, reverse, neutral, drive, 4, 3, 2, and L, and then you've got your cruise control, which is those bottom 3. So you got your CCS, and then the 2 wires that go to your brake light switch, your STP and your ST1 minus. So yeah, that's pretty straightforward. This is just a bridge connector, so a lot of this has to do with your earths and whatnot. This is, you just leave that. Okay, it's just a bridge connector. And this red one coming out of here is your main power supply for the actual engine management, so that goes to your battery positive. Okay, and then running up here, all the connectors that have been or that are of bad condition have been replaced. Okay, so all the seals, all the terminals, all of the connectors themselves have been double checked and gone through. All of them are fresh. You've got no brittle connectors or anything that's going to give you any trouble in the future. So yeah, down to your crank. There's your crank position sensor. It also splits off here. Where is it? There it is, and it goes to your oil pressure switch. Okay, so on a 3UZ it's a pressure switch and not a pressure sender unit. Okay, comes up, goes to your aircon compressor clutch. This is your pre-VVTi cam position sensor. It goes to your throttle body. That's going to be your throttle position sensor, basically. Okay, you got your oil control valve for your left-hand bank. Okay, and then obviously all your injectors and your coils. Okay, so all your coil connectors, I can guarantee you they have not been replaced because they never go bad. Okay, all of your injector connectors I see have been replaced on this harness, and this is your VSV for evap. Okay, you can see it's actually not plugged in properly, but so it's been deleted from your computer, but it's still functional. Okay, so if you do use it, great. If you don't use it, it's not going to give you a check engine light. This loose one over here is for a noise filter. Okay, so it's a little box like that side. You got one on each side. It's actually only really requires one, but yeah, you got one on each side. Okay, and that just gets rid of noise on your car radio. Okay, essentially. So yeah, I don't have one on this motor on the side because it's just a test engine. Okay. Running down here, it goes down to your left-hand O2 sensor. You've got an earth strap on your left-hand bank. It comes down, goes to your intake or your input speed sensor. Goes down, solenoid bank, output speed sensor, and on the side of the transmission you've got your neutral safety switch. Okay. This is obviously where you plug in your sub harness, so this is all a standard connector. They actually just discontinued these connectors. So yeah, your sub harness will basically plug directly into that. And then you have your right hand earth strap. It's very good to take a secondary earth strap from, maybe one of these, okay, on the cylinder head to your firewall. Okay, Toyota does it. They do it for a reason. I have seen differences in the way the engine runs with them. With that, this side exactly the same thing. A couple of different add-ons. This is the connector that goes to the VSV valve underneath your plenum chamber. This is to do with your variable intake length. Okay, so it's very, very important to have that plugged in. Well, not massively important, but it does improve low down torque. Okay, so you definitely want to have that plugged in. And then you've got your right hand noise filter down in here. You can just see it over there. You've got your EFI water temp sensor. This is one that we add in. So this is let's get it out of here. That's a water temp sensor that goes to your climb plug for your engine temperature for, your gauge cluster. Okay, for actual engine temp. So yeah, you can screw out that little stopper plug just underneath the EFI water temp sensor. You'll see there's a little, over there, there's a little stopper plug just under there. You unplug that, or you unscrew that, and you put in a water temp sensor from Toyota, and this plug will fit straight into that, so it's properly sealed and whatnot. You don't have any water problems. Coming down, splits off, goes to your airflow meter. Okay, make sure that your airflow meter sensor is actually facing forward, not facing backward. Otherwise, it's going to give, it's going to tell the engine there's no air going in rather than air going in. So make sure that is the correct way around. These airflow meter housings, we produce these. We supply them generally with all of our engine harnesses, either with the flange like this if a guy wants to make a proper air box, or you've got a round to round, which is, for cone filters. And then goes down over here. So after the swing off for the airflow meter, it goes down and it plugs into your alternator. So it's a 3-pin plug on these harnesses for the old 5-speed, and then it goes down to your right hand O2 sensor. Okay, and that's about it as far as the actual harness goes. So obviously you got a fuse box. So on the strut going down to your ECU, you've got a T-junction coming out of there. I've actually got the fuse box lid off here at the moment. And it's all tightening there, so yeah, there. Okay, so you got a T-junction comes out and it goes to your fuse block. Inside your fuse block, you've got all of your fuses. All your circuits on that motor have been separately wired in. Okay, so very easy for diagnosis in the future if you ever need that. Hopefully never. You have an engine light. That terminal over there is just a ground, so if you want to check any of your fuses and whatnot, you've got a handy ground right there. You've got your starter relay, you've got your fuel management relays, you've got your EFI and main relays, and then of course your fuse box lid. You've got everything's been marked and whatnot, identified in the bottom of the lid. Okay, so that'll just come straight on. And then yeah, let's do a second run here. I can't leave it running for very long because I don't have a cooling system on this motor. I really need to get that done so that we can run it for longer. But I wanted to just show you the diagnostics and make sure that you do not have any DTCs. You can see the engine light is off. So yeah, I hope that you enjoy it. You know, if you get this harness or whoever gets this harness, but it's yeah, it's all good. It's been programmed. It's going to be more. It's going to have more performance than the stock, you know, tune. You know, like I said, and it's all been gone through. There's no wiring in here that is going to be problematic for you in the future. It's going to be, yeah, it's all going to be good. Perfect for an automatic engine swap if you're going that route, you know. And then obviously we also do manual, you know, and so on and so forth. But yeah,